we stay locked in our mind, which is still in our thinking, to certain states of being that lead to misery. And this can look an infinite number of ways. But it's always in our mind. It's always in our perspective. We're carrying something that's limited, and perhaps we don't know we've been carrying it. It's like there's a sound, there's an alarm going off in my room, and it's been going off for the last 30 years. So what I've done is I've just desensitized myself to the alarm. The alarm is still going off, but I'm not aware of the impact that it's had on me because I had to learn how to cope with an environment that I don't like. My nervous system, my biology has had to cope with the sound. The sound's still going. But what happens when the alarm turns off? I'm like, whoa, that's been going on the last 30 years. The alarm is symbolic for resistance. Resistance is symbolic for what is unconscious within us. So as Carl Jung says, he says, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. So the journey of awakening, the journey of coming back into presence, we are going to inevitably meet resistance. And that resistance is not there by mistake. It's not a mistake that it's there. Oftentimes the resistance is actually protecting pain. It's protecting our past that we haven't been able to digest and dissect. We haven't been ready to face off with the truth of what's playing out in our nervous system, what's playing out in our body. And as a byproduct, what's playing out in our body is pushing us up into our mind. And our thoughts are driving us fucking crazy. Believe me, I get it. Sometimes my mind is like, yo, what the hell are you doing? And I always have to remember, well, I don't always have to. When I choose to be conscious, I come back into my experience and I don't label the feeling with the story. I allow whatever I'm feeling to be there. And however I want to express, sometimes it's screaming into a pillow. Sometimes it's going for a hike. Sometimes it's doing a yoga practice. Sometimes it's doing absolutely fucking nothing and just allowing myself to be there. Yeah? I've been at this process for a long time and realized like there's no destination that we need to or have to get to. And the irony with that is the more we just allow things to be as they are, we stop resisting the very force that is creating misery. We stop resisting life. We stop resisting what is. And to the very degree that we resist what is the degree that we are pushing life away. We're pushing our soul path away. Here's the truth. You may like it. If you like it, take on this perspective. If not, feel free to resist it. But this has seemed to help me so much because I often had ideas around what I wanted to create. And when life like went in a different direction, I'm like, what the fuck? Why can't I create what I wanted to create? And it's not that life is controlling us because we're co-creating with life. It's just life knows what's best for us in this moment way more than just our conscious thinking mind. Meaning like the thoughts that are on the very surface of our mind, the desires that are on the very surface. Oftentimes life understands Like, hey, if we actually got those surface levels desires now, which might actually be our deep soul desires, like later down the road, we wouldn't value it. So life is very brilliant. Life is set up in a way that it often confronts our ego before it actually gives us the thing we desire. Because when that thing comes into our life and we know we've prepared ourselves, we've prepared our nervous system to be able to carry that energy, we'll value it a lot more. We won't throw it away because we tend to do that as humans. Things that we get easily, we tend to discard. Ah, that's not valuable because it came so easily. So there's many paradoxes, there's many roadblocks along the journey. But here's the thing, here's the analogy I want to give you. The river is already moving. Your thought streams are already moving. Your feelings are already moving. Perceptions are already moving. To the degree that we cultivate faith and trust, we can slowly let go of the dams that we've built up. Because life and love just wants to, life wants to give to us. It wants to open our vessel. Life is filled with life force and vitality and energy. It wants you to move and trust the current of life, because ultimately life knows what we want even more so than us. And then as we connect deeper into the soul essence of what it is we desire, we can see how brilliant, how intelligent life is with the people it's brought into our life, the circumstances. We might not like that, but ultimately it's helping us grow in our spirit. It's bringing us back to our essence, to our natural state, to flow state. And when we stop labeling experiences as good or bad, because we've been patient enough to see, oh, that's why life brought that person into my life. That wasn't bad, because that led me here. That led you, whatever you've done has led you to this moment, to listening to this video.